It's not. Ah! Hey, shut up! Jeez Louise! Just mocking me nonstop. Welcome to What the Friday with Burch and Burch, the father-daughter game show where we earn points even though the points do not matter for candor and humility as we flesh out whatever topic floats to the top.
Like a great idea in Bill's head.
Are the great ideas the ones that come
I forgot about that.
Not in this case.
And they sure as hell don't float to the top. Maybe they do. They smell as bad as a turd that floats to the top. That's for sure.
Yes. Speaking of smells.
Speaking of smells, this
smells great. This actually tastes great.
What is it?
I would like to open this with an unpaid advertisement for this flavor of Bai. Oh my god.
Antioxidant. So you've been antioxidized.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that means.
Do you want to know what it means? I'll tell you.
No, I don't want to know what it means. I don't care. Moving along. Always a college education waiting for me, and those really nice probiotics, whatever terms that are.
I just want to share knowledge on to make the world a better place. Okay.
Indeed.
Okay, wait. Why were you laughing so hard for like 5 minutes straight and not telling me why?
You made this comment about being nervous because people are actually watching our
oh, that's what you're laughing. It's because all of a sudden I just started screaming. I think maybe is that why you started laughing?
Yeah, I don't know. It was funny.
Typing and screaming. Welcome to What the Friday, everybody.
Yeah. Hey, sorry, I haven't seen. I saw you yesterday at our big get together.
And hi, Dad. Yeah. Where you made a joke that you refused to repeat on this podcast, but was really funny during a speech where everyone was quiet. I was not expecting the joke. Dad says this joke to me, and I laughed very loud, and the whole room turned to me. So.
What was fun, without going into what it was a nice company get together, but I was surprised a lot of people that I've never met knew who we were. And apparently they watch it all of a sudden added some more accountability for our What the Friday.
I know, that's why I was freaking out earlier. Before we started this, I was
like, oh God, what have we said? Don't say anything bad about any of those people.
I had 3 conversations yesterday with people who acted like we really knew each other, who like waved to me like, oh my God, hi, it's good to see you again. And I was like, oh shit, I never met you.
It's fun though, because you know what I really like about that is that we get to work with a lot of great people who are just naturally great people.
Yeah.
So I'm not paranoid about it. And
no, not at all.
And when they start talking to you, it's like you don't have this, I need to get to know you a little bit and you me, and then we're back and forth a little bit. And then 5 minutes into the conversation or 10 minutes in, it's all polite.
I know.
Stuff that's just like so painful, it's like tear your toenails off painful. And but now it's like, hey, yeah. And you were talking about this and I thought this was good. And I've got,
yes, you just jump right into the thing, which is great because that's where I want to be. I just feel really guilty because I'm like, I don't know anything about you. It's so uneven. Oh my gosh. Tell me more.
Yeah.
I want to understand people. So hey, you were complaining about my music this week.
Yeah. What was up with that? You've got I
was playing a heavy metal song and you were like, and I said, I'll skip. This has got to be torture.
Oh yeah. I thought I was thinking about another song. Sorry.
And then you said
another moment.
You like this? And I said, yes, yes, I do. Talk now.
Talk. Is it my turn to talk?
Yeah.
Well, it was interesting. I'm sorry, I got started on the wrong foot because I was thinking about another song that you were listening to that I don't want to talk about that I didn't like, which happens there every once in a while. Forget it. Anyway, doesn't matter. So I asked you, which I thought was really cool. I said, what's up with this song? And I said, do you like it? And you're like, yeah, I like it. I said, where does this come from? And you made the comment about why that you specifically listen to music that you don't naturally like.
Yes.
And I thought that was kind of cool. And so I asked you that and share your answer because I think I need to be a little bit more like you in that regard.
I think that it's easy and it feels really powerful to hate things, but it also closes us closes me down to like so much of the world. And I feel that if there is something that people love, if there's a type of music, particular music that people love, not all people, just somebody loves it, then it means that there's something lovable in it. And I listen to it until I think I understand why someone loves it. And then I can stop listening to it if I want to. But by that point, I tend to be like, oh, I found what's lovable about this, so now I like it.
So then you like it.
Yeah.
Is there any genre you don't like, period?
I don't think so. There's probably some that I haven't come across yet that when I first hear them, I'll hate it.
The music that you were listening to is definitely one for me.
Yeah, it was metal. It was a heavy metal. It was
more than metal. It was like heavy metal.
It was screamo, yeah. But here's the thing: is that
no, kill everybody and give me a Pepsi. Yeah. But they do.
I think heavy metal is super misunderstood or screamo is really misunderstood.
Is that what it's called, screamo? That makes sense.
Some people definitely call it that. I don't know, but and punk, like really aggressive punk music, because it sounds so angry and you can't really understand what they're saying most of the time. So you're like, why would anyone listen to this? But what's incredible about it, or what I finally learned after forcing myself to listen to that music a while and really liking it, is that it is anger, but it's like a release. It's like I feel angry and I don't want to keep feeling angry. They talk a lot about PMA, positive mental attitude, and it's like catharsis. Yeah, it's like a catharsis. It's not go out and kill everybody, or most of it is not that.
So it's not like taking the little miniature Empire State Building and putting it in your ear and then just getting a paperweight and hitting it and saying, I know that people have done this before. I'm just going to do this until I figure out what people like about it.
I'm just going to destroy my eardrums and just whoop a little, make my ears
dismember
bleed.
Myself just because.
With sound. Yeah, that I understand that, because that was my initial reaction to that music too. And then I was like,
I'd love if anybody wants to make some comments on that. I'd love if you like that.
Yes.
What, screamo? That's what you called it? Is that actually a name, or did you just make that up?
No, I didn't make it up. If you Google screamo, you'll find it.
If you like that business, or not business, if you like that music, tell us why. I'm interested.
Actually, tell us who your favorite artists are.
Yeah, and what you like about them, so that I have an opportunity to expand my horizons.
Screamo and punk and metal and all those.
I can kind of get punk and metal. Screamo is just a little.
But it's cathartic. If you really listen to it and get into it, it's kind of like it's a little like rap, certain rap. It's like, oh yeah, it's embracing that feeling. Like, if you're really sad and you listen to sad music and it kind of makes you feel better, even though it makes you sadder. It's like that, but with a different emotion.
So it's empathic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, because it makes me think about people that just hate themselves, which I want to talk about, because you had a bad few days and you just
ladies and gentlemen.
you made a post yesterday on Instagram talking about how you felt the last 2 days, which you had not shared with me, although I could tell you were not in a great space from working around you. But at the same time, I saw your post. I thought it was awesome, really well written, very transparent. I think it's the way a lot of people feel. So what was the thing? Because it was a dark experience that you've lived through a few times.
Yeah. Well, I used to live there. That was just where I lived from. So it's nice that it was a place I was visiting instead of a place that it's not the majority of my time, which is nice. But yeah, I had a couple of days this week including my birthday, where I
how convenient.
I just really hated myself, because what happened was I have been living like the hero of my journey, and I've been feeling like, all right, I'm climbing this mountain. And if you read a lot of my Facebook posts, it's me being like, I'm on this journey, and I'm not desperate to get to the top. I'm desperate to keep climbing. And that's so fun, and it's invigorating, and it's little action. It's like just trying to get to the next step. I'm so invigorated by that. I don't really care about the peak of the mountain. But what happened this week is I started dating again for real. And I went on a couple dates with one person who is awesome. And I had the mental trigger of being like, I want to make sure that am I lovable? That question came into question in my head, and I just couldn't. And then I suddenly shifted from being the hero of my own journey to being the side character in somebody else's journey. That this person did nothing to do that.
No,
But
I was going to say it had nothing to do with the person you were dating at all. Yeah,
100% me.
It's just like
and that's my default in relationships. That's what I've done in every relationship I've been in. I've been like,
I think that's a natural, not to get into anything that your mother wouldn't want me to talk about. I think that happened when we got married.
To her?
Yeah.
Also to you or no?
No.
I wonder if it's more female than male. Interesting.
Yeah. I think because she was incredibly independent and motivated, opinionated, confident. We started our relationship off not agreeing. It's like, what? You think what? That's crazy. Before we ever became a couple. And those were great conversations. And that's what I was looking forward to when we got married. And it was like, okay, well, if that's what you think.
She's like, well, now I'm a wife, so never mind.
Yeah, now I have to do this. So I wonder if it's a female. Especially in today's world, I hate to, I don't want to overgeneralize. I wonder though, if a number of women feel that way because that's what they witnessed in their household or society, or TV programs, everything seems like it. Yeah. That'd be great to hear from people too if we think that. Or maybe that's more of an Instagram.
I don't know, because I have a lot of male friends, and I was talking about this to one of my male friends last night, and he was like, that's exactly what I do every time I start dating somebody.
He felt the same way.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
I could see that because guys are like, I just want to know, I'll change. I'll
do
whatever
I have to.
Yeah, just tell me the combination to the lock to your heart, and I'm in. I'll do the combination. It's all good. No, you want me to jump off a garage? I'm okay. I can do that.
Yeah, women do like an emotional version of that.
Guys do
at least
things.
So that was part of it. And I kind of started down that little vortex in my head of like, who do I need to be instead of who am I, where I'm going for my own hero's journey that I'm the hero of. And then I hired a business coach, and that just exponentially snapped it broke me in half because I wasn't mentally prepared for that. And so the business coach wanted me to put more stuff in my day than I was already doing. And
your days are wicked full as it is.
Yeah, I have limited time and energy. And
I'm glad you're saying that because there's, because you've like, I want to do this now. And I'm like, when in the hell are you going to do that? Where is that going to fit in this existing schedule?
Sit down, because you just told me yesterday yet another idea I should be doing every
it's okay
week.
If it's my idea. If I'm telling you what to do as a parent, it's okay.
You're like, you don't have enough time. Why do you keep thinking of ideas? And the next minute you're like, I got another idea.
You've never had any problem ignoring me. So you're more like a carnival game that I'm trying to shoot that. Oh, missed that one. Shoot that. Every once in a while I get a basket and I'll get ticket tokens out the bottom and I can go get a little stuffed animal for it or something.
It's a fair point.
But anyway.
Yeah. So then the business coach added stuff on too. And so I couldn't. Before, I was getting these dopamine hits from every little accomplishment. Like, I'm moving forward little by little, whatever. And
that's a great way to program your brain, though. I wish everybody could do that more, because if you can start to concentrate on the positives and get the rush out of the positive things rather than get the rush out of the negative things. All of a sudden, over time, that starts to become more of the habit, and then you're hungrier for the next positive thing. And next thing you know, you have a life filled with great positive emotions. But it's all the way you train yourself to create that chemical.
It's so freeing because you're not focused on the giant gap between who you are and who you wish you were. Instead of that, you're focused on, I just want to get to this next step, this next little step. And I lost that this week because I was.
And your business coach didn't help out much when you told her.
My business coach totally backfired. Oh yeah. First of all, the business coach herself backfired because she was like, basically, needle movers, make better choices, bigger choices, do more, right? And I'm like, that's not what I need to hear. That's all I think about.
Why would you do this to yourself? Why would you give up on yourself?
And then then the
Or what was
woman
it?
that sold me on hiring this business coach, I cancel. I'm like, I would like the refund that was guaranteed. I'm done. She sends me paragraphs of like, you've given up on yourself. You didn't give this a shot. It's like, you gave me a 5-day window to decide whether or not I did this to get a refund. This is the biggest shot I got. Like, you didn't give me a window to give it a big shot. Then she gives me this long paragraph. And every response I give is like, I completely see from your perspective how that seems true. And I really wish you the best. I think your organization's going to do great. I'm just not a good fit. If you want feedback, let me know. I understand. I understand.
I would love to give you some, especially on your text.
She said, I don't understand. This doesn't make sense.
Oh,
you got to tell me. So I wasn't even, I was just like positively responding to her. Every text back is like this victim. You are dropping us. You should, you know what I mean? Like I'm reading, I have paragraphs in my phone.
Sounds like an angry boyfriend. That's like,
yes, it does. It felt like I broke up with somebody after the second date and they were like, we were going to get married. And I can't believe it. I mean, this is mind blowing. Also, her whole business is about like positivity and being a good leader and taking things with grace and rolling with the punches. And she is the worst.
Unless you do it to me.
Yeah, I'm watching this. I'm going, I'm just for feedback to you guys. I'm just going to screenshot your text and be like, this is the attitude of your company. I feel like that's not the kind of person I want to be. Goodbye. Yeah. Anyway.
That's funny. Well, that's good. Good for you.
I sent you the Joe Rogan video.
Oh, I saw that.
Batman.
I don't, it's no wonder he's so popular, but I love that. It's amazing how people are just the stupidest things get past you. And it's funny to say.
Wait, let me loop them in. People don't know what we're talking about.
Okay.
There's a clip from Joe Rogan's podcast where Joe Rogan is like talking about
it's cartoonized, which I think makes it even better. The fact that they do the two guys in the podcast as cartoon characters talking about a cartoon character.
It was awesome. It was awesome. But he's laughing because he's like, they're two fighters talking about this. And then he's like, Batman's outfit makes no sense because it's this white circle of his chin, which is the best place to punch somebody to knock them out. This is exposed. Everything else is armor, but this is exposed, which is the part that you would punch or shoot, or it's a target right here.
It was so funny. They're like, well, just take off the nose guard too. Might as well just make it worse. And they said, back in the day when it was the original Batman just had enough of a mask to protect his identity, and the rest of it was actually his real body. He had gloves on and little cute boot things or whatever. But
yeah, now he's full on body armor, and then
body
most vulnerable.
But they expose the most vulnerable part. Stick your chin out there and make it really easy for me to see in the dark. Why not take that nose guard off? Just make it a little bit better. I thought that was awesome. But, I never thought about it. I watched all the Batman things, and I think, it probably is there so that you can connect with the character more, because you see the facial expression of the eyes through the mask, and you get to see the mouth, which really communicates a lot when Batman's not talking. So I'm sure that's probably why they do it. But then I thought, I'm so stupid. There's so many things in life that are stupid, and people are just
don't even notice.
Stupid.
I feel like you notice them more than me, because there are ideas like yesterday we were talking about, what were we talking about with souls or something? I don't remember. We were talking about something mad deep, and you were like, well, and then you made it so logical. You're like, do you remember this?
You're talking about how many souls are the math?
The math. Yeah. I was talking about, do you think souls end? And you were like, well, practically speaking,
no,
I'd never thought about it. It was really interesting.
It's like, okay, well, if you have 7 million people a few years ago and you've got 9 million people now, does that mean that there's an account out there or some like holding tank where the souls can hang out until and then if that's the case, how big is that? Where do they hang out?
You thought about it so physically, and I had never thought about it so physically.
Souls like cattle in a pen getting ready to go to slaughter.
Hey, that sounds like that movie Soul. Although they didn't consider life a slaughter, so that's
true.
representative of your very
That
dark
was a
perspective on life.
really great. I didn't
Movie.
expect that. It was a really great movie,
It was
and it
a
was
really
fun that a lot of your mom has a few friends that
We're in it.
were in that. Yeah,
Yeah,
as
they had music
as
and stuff.
as instrumentalists. Mhm. So
Um,
that's kind of cool. Anyway, so that's
you were thinking about,
interesting.
but anyway, you went on a tirade about people being stupid and
People are
obtuse.
stupid. They are. It's it could be, we live in Hoboken, and the people that just blindly walk across the street on a red light, their red light, I got a green light.
Wait, the people idea. Guys, have you heard about this? Dad thinks that everyone should have paintball guns.
We should have paintball guns, and everybody like on your hip, and when somebody does something stupid, you just pull it out. And
especially when driving.
Yeah.
And that way,
you can tell
you can tell the bad drivers because
they've got all the paint. Then you see the paintball smeared car coming out. You're like, oh, that guy's an idiot. I got to watch out for him.
There's
So
no
you could judge each other based on how many paintball smears they've got on their car. And it would be so satisfying. It'd be like the person that's sitting there feverishly texting when the light turns green and one person honks and another person honks, and they're still texting, totally into it and forgetting the fact that they were driving. And then everybody, I can just see them lean out their car. Bam.
Drive by.
I'm getting paintballed. I gotta go.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, well, I can see reasons why that would not be very popular.
Thank you for left turn again. Thank you for giving me the cream for my poison ivy. It is almost entirely better now.
I can't. That's fascinating that you got poison ivy. I wouldn't have thought of it at first, but it makes sense. And the way that little line on your back, it's like where you could reach back and scratch something. And I bet we were doing that. I bet it was do you think it was when we did that photo shoot?
Definitely. 100%.
I wonder if you got it like on the end of your finger or something.
And then scratch my back.
Yeah, and then scratch your back. But
I have a problem. I was not calm.
Talk about
phobic. Collected about it.
Morgan's mind. This outgoing, gregarious personality also has this inner thing that goes on in her head. So it's like
it goes so extreme. It's why it's like
sunburned.
I go from yeah. Don't go ahead.
Is it okay to tell? So
yeah.
So she goes to the beach with some friends, and she's incredibly light complected, and she does not do sun at all. So she goes there, and of course, sunbathes like she's sunbathes, and she doesn't, and she gets toasted.
And she tans so well, and I was just doing what she was doing.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so she got so sunburned, so she comes home and she's like crispy toast, and her mom's going over and like, okay, let's put some. She's going over to her home. She's like, oh yeah, you did a good job. Next thing you know, Morgan's like, do you think I'm going to get get skin cancer from this? And I'm thinking, oh God, I hope not.
That's not the tone of voice I used for that question. I call Mom at like 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm so pathetic. It's so embarrassing. I called him at 2 a.m. I was like, have you ever had a sunburn like this? Because I feel like I'm trying to be very calm about it, and I think that I'm being logical, and I'm using this like logic-based reasoning determines that I'm definitely going to get skin cancer from this sunburn, and I don't know how to counteract it because I've already been in the sun. My parents. They're like, oh my God, can we go back to the years where you didn't tell us when you were freaking out about anything?
And then when we went to this sidebar again, we were at this party last night, and there were a lot of people. And a lot of them were started. They were kind of. No, don't tell. Please don't tell. It'll kill half of our listening audience. But anyway, so the masks were, as the evening thing was going on, and masks are driven. And next thing you know, about half the people have masks down around their neck. And granted, I think almost everybody was vaccinated, but still.
I turned to Dad and I'm like, I think I have COVID. I think they're giving me COVID. I'm really
she's like, I think I can feel something in my throat. Like, what? Takes most people 5 days. Morgan, 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, I got COVID, full blown. I need a respirator. Somebody get me a respirator.
I'm half vaccinated, so
So that I looked at you and said, I think that leads to cancer or something.
No,
like that.
here's what you did with a
cancer.
straight face. Here's what you did. You go, I think you have throat cancer. And I knew it was a joke.
So I said, I think you have throat cancer.
You said, I think you have throat cancer. And I went, I know that you're joking, but I feel that it's true in my soul.
You should have seen the look on her eye. She's like, you dork.
I'm a hypochondriac.
Next thing you know, it's going to turn into toe cancer. But people, I don't do that, but people get phobic about stuff. It's your brain has incredible control. Like you're
super phobic about smells.
I am, and we have a new dog named Farley. He's awesome.
I am aggressive about always brushing my teeth and like making sure my breath smells good because I remember you like throughout my life being like breath.
I'm bad about smells, but I was thinking that I get phobic about. It's like just before we were starting this thing, I was like, do I smell dog pee? I think I smell. Oh yeah, I smell dog pee. I'm like, all right, stop, Bill. No, there's no dog pee. If there is, you'd be desensitized. You can't smell it anyway. But I think I can smell it. I need to go. I gotta go look for something to wipe down.
I know that's true. You always have the chairs up in here. The table behind him right now is his dining room table, and the 95% of the time the chairs are flipped upside down on the table because he's going over the floor one more time with his Swiffer. I don't know. I think I might have missed something.
I saw a footprint.
I saw a footprint.
And now with Farley, of course, he eats his food and shoves his face in his water, and he's got that big furry face, and there's like water dripping, and then he's like walking in it, and then he goes running through the house, and you see these footprints on the wood floor, and I'm like, oh, it drives me crazy. I did not think about that. So now I just got to lighten up and
I don't know.
Not worry about it.
Don't lighten up. You don't need to lighten up.
How much time can you spend running a Swiffer over the floor, though? Anyway, enough of that. I think we've bored everybody to death.
Okay.
So, Bay is official sponsors. Yeah, we're getting to the point where we need sponsors now. You've got you actually had people. I think we talked about that last week. You're getting people that are saying, "Hey, we'll send you jewelry."
This is not special. On Instagram, I have people who comment, do you want to collab? But it's just because they hire some random person from their company to DM anybody who has over a certain number of followers. And
is that what it is?
Yeah, it's not. They're not. I
thought it was just because of your gorgeous, bright, bubbly personality.
Beautiful. No, it's not because I'm special. It's just because
I don't get any of that.
They have a system. You just need more followers. Truly, if you just had more followers and more likes, or if you that would.
Do you think I'll get jewelry companies asking me to like you did?
Oh my God, Dad, that's what we should do. We should say yes to all of the female-oriented DMs that I get, and then you're the person in the picture. You wear the jewelry. You wear the clothes. That would be awesome. Or if it was like a picture of me.
I'm not going to wear them out in public.
Wait.
I'll wear them for this.
This would be amazing if I did it, right?
Look at this new necklace sponsored by.
And then you do an exact replica of what I did, like the same pose, the same everything. We do an exact replica of the photo, but it's you. That would be awesome.
That could work.
Okay.
Anyway.
Woohoo!
Right. We ripped through a half hour.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us if you joined us.
Yeah. Hey, and if you follow Morgan, please follow me so that I can get sponsorships that can send me jewelry too, and then I can give it to my wife, which would make her very happy. So you don't think she'd like that? She doesn't really wear jewelry, does she?
She doesn't wear very much. She's pretty picky about it.
I could give it to you if you're nice to me.
No, not worth it. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, guys.
Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. We'd love that. That's really helpful. And comment, clicks. I think that algorithm stuff is all about just activity. So be active. Tell us what you think. Also, click on something.
We're just desperate for attention. So Give us that, please.
Never enough.
Never enough. It is our biggest commonly shared trait right there.
Yeah. Unless
All
it's
right.
negative attention. We don't like that very much, but it still helps the algorithm.
Honestly,
So
we'll take that over nothing.
like PT Barnum, I don't care what kind of attention to get as long as I get attention
I'll
or
take
something
it.
like that. I'll take
Yeah.
it. All right. Hey,
right.
thanks everybody. Hope you have a great weekend. It was great to see you, and hopefully soon we should be launching a new podcast in addition to this called Realtor Rants that I can't wait for. That'll be awesome.
Yes.
That's another story though.
Yep.
For another day. All right. Thank you.
Shake and bake.
Great to see you. Hope
Great
to
to
see you in
see you.
person soon.
You will in 30
About
minutes.
an hour, right?
Yeah. Well, we have to go over. Let's not logistically do this to people watching.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye. Shake it.